Hello. So hi everybody. Great. So I'm Dina. I'm going to be starting in just a second. This is your Monday evening flow. I hope everyone is doing well. Had a great weekend. I got a little bit of sun, so I'm feeling energized and pumped. We're actually going to begin lying down. We'll do a short kind of breathing exercise, work on our pranayama, and then we'll get into it. You don't need anything for this practice, just yourself and your mat, or anything kind of soft that you can practice on. Just to make some space for yourself, and let's get to it, okay? So we're going to come to lying on our back. And we're going to come into kind of a rest pose, but with a little bit of a twist. So I want your feet to be mat width apart. Your knees are going to actually come together. So it's a little bit of a hip stretch. And then you're going to rest your hand on your hip crease, actually. And let your elbows drop. Try to relax through your front body. Kind of in your lower abs, your hands are just lightly pressing down over the creases. And then your shoulders to gently drop down to the mat. Again, our knees are coming together and our feet are out nice and wide. And we're just going to start grounding ourselves into the earth. With your hands in this position, you can start noticing your inhale and your exhale. Just becoming aware of how you're feeling today and how your breath is. If it's really shallow, if it's nice and deep and prolonged, and then just listen for how it actually sounds. If it's smooth, if it's choppy. Bring your focus to actually lengthening out your inhales through your nose, holding at the top of that breath, and then exhaling out, nice and slowly, like you're blowing out of candles or something like that. And then keep this nice steady breathing. Taking note of how it feels in your body, really feeling the sensation of the breath moving from your chest and your belly. And then while you're doing this, you can have your eyes gently closed or just a light kind of focus on them. So I'm looking up towards the ceiling, but with a really kind of soft gaze. A bit of calm just in these early moments of the practice. See if you can press your back into the mat, but with a bit of ease, so not doing it with any kind of tension. Making sure that your shoulders are dropping down. Bothers into your legs, you can extend them out in front of you in more of a shavasana posture. Just inhaling, exhaling, using the inhale to take in positivity, anything that you need today, any kind of light and energy, concentration, maybe some kindness and some patience, and using the exhale to let go of anything that's not serving you. And if you'd like to set an intention for your practice, you can do that now. It can be something really, really simple, something a little bit more profound, something mental, physical, whatever suits you today. And if you close your eyes, you can blink them open ever so gently, just nice and easy. We'll bring our hands alongside of us and allow those knees to kind of just swivel open. Bring your feet a little bit closer to your body so that your hands can just graze those heels. And at this point, you should have your knees about hip-width apart. Rest down on all 10 toes. Let your fingers spread nice and wide. Your back press against the mat. Then on inhale, we're going to lift up our bellies into a Setu Bandhasana, so half bridge. Holding it here just for a few seconds. Making sure that your feet stay nice and parallel. Opening up that chest. And then with an exhale, you're going to lower. And then inhale, we'll lift up again. In that bridge. You can take whatever hand position you'd like. So you're welcome to keep your hands here or clasping them underneath you. And then we'll exhale, roll down. We'll do a few more of these to your own sort of rhythm. So the inhale, you're coming up as much or as little as you'd like today. And then lower. You should begin to feel like a little bit of a body roll. So it's a bit of a back bend, but you're also opening up your whole front body. You're using your breath. One more. Maybe your belly goes a little bit higher towards the ceiling. And then lower it. Good. And we'll bring our feet up to a tabletop on our backs here. So you want to make sure that you are at about a 90-degree angle with your feet and your hips. Your hands can stay alongside of you. And then we'll bring, keep that 90-degree position, and as you breathe in, allow your knees to come closer to your body. Maybe your booty comes up a little bit. And then you're going to lower your feet just to about halfway down. You don't want to get too far so your hips are still off the ground. And then inhale, bring your knees in closer to you. Exhale, lower them. Let's keep going like that. This should activate your core a little bit. So bring your knees in and then out. Your hands are just there for support, but you're not really using them a whole bunch to hoist you up there. Maybe let your feet drop a little bit closer to the earth and bring them back towards you. Again, letting them drop. And then bring them back to center. Making sure that you're at a nice tabletop here. And then we'll take our hands into a cactus position. And we'll take a little bit of a side twist. So we'll bring our feet towards the left. We're going to keep them off of the ground so that this is also a core waker upper, I was about to say. So bring it down. Knees as close to the mat as you can hover them. And then you look over towards the right. So breath, we come back up to the center, and you lower your knees towards the right. Your head can look in the opposite direction, so there's a little bit of a twist. Back up to center, and we'll do that again. Keeping your shoulders on the mat as you lower your knees to the left. Head looks the other direction. Back up to the center, and then over to the right, head looks to the left. We're really hugging in those belly muscles. Back to the center. And we'll lift our legs up overhead, nice and straight and strong. We're going to flex those toes, and then we're just going to lower them really slowly. So we'll go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Let's reach our arms overhead in a nice stretch here. And then if any of you guys do Pilates, we're going to take a little inspiration from that. Right now we're going to do a little bit of a roll up. So you're going to bring your hands forward. Inhale, and you'll lift your shoulders and your head up, looking towards those toes, and then slowly come up to seated. And then we will, as I make room for myself, and then we'll reach towards our toes in a forward fold. Seeing if you could keep a little bit of a straight spine before altogether rounding. Reaching nice and long, lengthening out the back muscles. Inhale, we'll lift our arms up, we'll circle them around, and we'll lift up in a reverse tabletop. Let that bum drop. Inhale, arms come to lift, and then you're going to reach forward towards those toes. Grab a hold of any part of them, and then stretching in this forward fold. Remember to keep that steady breath going throughout. And then we'll roll up. And then you're going to make your way as gracefully as you can to all fours. So making sure that your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders. And we'll just move through some cat-cows. So on an inhale, you're going to look up, your belly's going to drop. On an exhale, you're going to look towards your belly button. And then keep moving. Inhale, exhaling. You could play with this too. Cat-cow is a really good one to get your hips involved. If you want to look over your shoulder while you do it, you can do different variations. The main part is just warming up that back, loosening everything up. So if you want to shift your weight forward and back, moving up and maybe dipping back a little bit. Just take it nice and loose. No need to be rigid here. And maybe just do one more traditional. So inhale, looking up. Exhale, rounding. And coming back to a neutral spine. And then we'll bring our hands around. So I'm going to stretch out our wrists a little bit. So you want to have your fingers pointing towards your knees. If this is bothersome, you could just keep them this way and shift your weight. We're just going to shift our weight back a little bit. Be careful here with your wrist. So as soon as you feel a point of your body telling you like, oop, that's enough, that's where you back off. And then we're going to lean forward a little bit, and then back. Just creating a little bit of flexion in our wrists. And maybe once more. Sitting, if you can fully sit back into almost a child's pose, you can do that. No pressure. Bring your hands back forward. Back forward, that sounds like a contrast, but bring them to face forward. Tuck your toes underneath you, and then we'll slowly lift up to our first down dog. So on this first one, it's a really good idea to keep those knees bent. Keep your belly and your thighs. And then see if you can lift that tailbone nice and high and back. And then slowly straighten those legs. Sometimes it allows you to really ease into that downward facing dog. Get a little bit further. Walk out your dog a little bit. And the first one can be a little bit taxing. It's a good wake up call to your body. And then we'll look towards our hands and we'll slowly on our tippy toes walk to the front of our mat. You'll find yourself in a standing forward fold here. Allowing those arms and that head to hang nice and heavy. And on this first one, it's definitely allowed and acceptable to bend your knees, so if you need to do that. And we'll just roll up to standing, vertebrae by vertebrae, so that you come up to a nice Tadasana. Make sure you're standing nice and tall. We'll bring our hands to prayer position and then gently close your eyes just for a moment. You're going to tune back into your breath, feeling the sensation of your thumbs pressed against your breastbone. And breath coursing through you. And then on an inhale, we'll circle our arms, up overhead. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, we'll come halfway up. Press your hands down on the mat, and we'll step back really far with our right leg, so we're in a nice low lunge with our hands on the mat and our knee off of the mat. And we'll just shift our weight a little bit between forward and back, stretching out this hip. Content those fingers, so you're up nice and high on those fingertips. And pause here. See if you can really press the back ball of your foot, stretching in this low lunge. And then press your fingers into the mat. We're going to step back into our down dog. So shift that tailbone up and back. See if you can get your heels closer to the floor. And then we'll shift forward into a plank position. So really hugging that belly in. Fingers are spread. We're just squeezing all of our muscles in this, and we'll lower down to our belly. And I'd like you to take your hand the opposite way that you usually do. So press your palms into the mat. Extend those legs long. You can untuck your toes. Let either your forehead or your chin come to the mat. And on an inhale, we'll lift up in as much of an arch as you can muster right now. Really pressing those big toes into the mat. And on an exhale, we lower. Inhale, we come up. This is kind of a back bend variation. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come up. See if you can bring your chest up a little bit higher every time. Squeeze those shoulder blades together in the back. Lower. We'll do one more. Inhale, up in this back bend. And exhale, lower. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Come back up to all fours. And then we'll shift back into our down dog. Big breath in. And let it go. This time we'll inhale, lift that right leg overhead. Bring your knee towards your nose. And your leg comes all the way through into a low lunge. And we can shift our hips back and forth a little bit in this one as well. Just this first time around. And then you'll take your back left leg and it will join with the front foot in your forward fold. Inhale, we'll rise up nice and tall. And exhale, dive forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Let's do that to the other side. So step back with your left leg nice and long, low lunge. And shift a little bit back and forth with your hips if you need to. This is feeling good. Press those hands into the mat. And back to your down dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Really pushing those hips towards the back of the room. Look towards your hands and come into your plank. Remember, hugging everything in. Squeezing those booties, those abs. Hug in. And we'll lower down to our bellies again. This time you can untuck your toes and we'll take our hands and clasp them behind us. And you're going to keep your two big toes on the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Take an inhale and arch up here. Exhale, lower. Let's do it once more. Inhale, lift up as high as you can. Even though it's hard to breathe in this position, keep a nice and steady breath. Lower. Your hands come underneath your shoulders and up to your all fours and back to your down dog. Good. Take a big breath in here and let it out. Your left leg comes overhead, floating up nice and high, and pull it through. So you're in a low lunge on that left side. You can shift your hips a little bit back and forth. And then we'll take that back leg to meet the front leg and forward fold. And Inhale, rise up. We'll do that same thing again, but a little bit faster. So exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway up, nice flat back. Bend forward, step way back with that right leg in a low lunge. And we'll take that leg and bring it back to a down dog. Your hips forward so you come right into a plank. And this time we'll move through a vinyasa if you're feeling ready. So lower halfway down. Inhale, scoop up to your up dog, back to your down dog. Good, breath in, breath out. Lift that right leg overhead. Nice and gracefully pull it through into a low lunge. Your gaze is coming slightly in front of you. And then take your left leg, bring it forward to meet your right in a forward fold. Inhale, let's rise up to stand, looking towards those hands. And exhale, dive forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Forward fold. And this time step way back with that left leg in a nice low lunge. Gaze comes slightly in front of you. Press your hands into the mat and come back to your down dog. You know what's coming here. We're going to shift forward into our plank. And then you could either do knees, chest, chin down, or come with me and lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath. And then we'll lift that left leg overhead. We'll pull it through so we're in a low lunge. And we're looking slightly in front of you so you have a nice neutral neck. And then right leg to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. And let's do that again. So exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway up. You want to have a nice flat back here. Forward fold. Step back with your right. And then swing this left leg into a nice down dog. Shift forward into a plank. We'll lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We'll do a slight change here. Let's lift up the right leg still, nice and overhead. Bring that knee through. Your foot comes between your hands. This time let your knee drop, and then we'll shift our hips back. So we're in a half split. If you're feeling super ambitious and you really want to do a split, it's like calling out to you, then I will not stop you. So flex that front foot, really reach with that chest. And we'll come forward into our low lunge and let your hands come in front of you, press into the mat, kick up to a momentary standing split. So really lift that leg as high as you can, square up those hips, and then let the left leg come down to meet the right. So you're in a forward fold, and rise up to stand. Let's come right into this forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Step back with your left leg. You're in your low lunge. Step your right leg back into your down dog. Savor this. Find some enjoyment. Shift forward into your plank. And then whatever your version of a vinyasa is today, that is what you'll take. Good. And just like the other side, we'll inhale, we'll lift up our left leg. And we'll bring it through using those core muscles. Let that back knee drop. And we'll shift our hips back in a half split. Keep nice steady breath here. Remember finding something that you could let go of in every pose. And then shift forward. Hands come to press into the mat and kick up into a nice momentary standing split. So find your fullest expression. Square up your hips. And then let your right leg come to meet your left leg in a forward fold. And we'll stay here for just a few more seconds this time. So if you want to take your feet a bit wider and grab opposite elbows, it's a good thing to do. It's a good variation. But of course, as always, Listen to your body. Make sure your big toes are touching. We'll soften those knees and sweep up into a chair pose. So getting really low here with our booties. You're spinning your hands so your pinkies are coming towards the center, towards each other. Holding here, using those super strong legs that you have. And then dive forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Press those hands into the mat. And this time, step your right leg back and your left leg back into a plank. We'll move through our vinyasa. Meet me in down dog. And then we'll take our right leg and bring it through. And plant that back leg. And then we'll rise right up into our warrior two. Take a moment here in your warrior two just to, well, I'm fidgeting, but take a moment to align yourself. So those arms are spread nice and wide. They're pulling in opposite directions. This back leg is really extended. Front leg, we're getting as low as we can. All 10 toes are pressed into the mat. Don't forget about that. Inhale and exhale. Reach forward, straighten those legs. You can bring your stance in a little bit narrower if you need. Come into a trikonasana, triangle pose. So this top arm is at a 90-degree angle. It's pointing straight up towards the sky, and you're spinning your heart open. This bottom hand is softly kind of pressed here. You could almost just go like this. There's not much weight on it. We'll keep those legs extended, pressing through those feet, and we'll reverse our triangle. Breath here. You'll allow your front knee to bend, and you'll come into an extended side angle. So really reaching with that top arm. Again, spinning that chest, that heart open. So you can start with this elbow or this forearm on your knee, and then maybe you extend and get a little bit deeper into the pose. And then we'll spin the face forward. So now you're in a low lunge, and we'll step back to a downward dog. Take a big inhale here, and let it out. And then we'll take our left leg and bring it through. Position that back leg and rise up to your warrior two on this side. So taking a moment just to find your best warrior two for today. So this front knee is coming out. These arms are nice and wide. Shoulders are down. And the breath is moving freely through your body, just to keep you nice and calm, even as you're finding strength as well. And if you need to adjust your stance, straighten those legs, reach forward, coming into your trikonasana. Keep your breath going here. And then you really plant those feet, use them to bring yourself back into a reverse triangle. So gaze can be up towards these top fingers or down at this foot if that's keeping you a little bit steadier. You'll soften this front knee as you make your way into an extended side angle. Nice breath here. And then we'll twist to the front, plant those hands, and swing this foot back into a down dog. So breathe here in your down dog. We'll step our hop to the front of our mat in our nice forward fold. And rise up to stand. Bring your hands through prayer as you dive forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Plant those hands. Step back into a plank and then an optional vinyasa. we'll take that same sequence a little bit faster, one breath for every movement. So take the right leg either back or bring it right through. Plant that back foot, rise up into your warrior two. Taking a breath, straightening those legs and coming into your Trikonasana. Using your inhale to reverse it. Next breath, softening that front leg, extended side angle. Whatever that means for you today. See if you can relax your face, and then we'll twist to the front, stepping back into our down dog. Take your left leg through, plant the back foot, and rise up into warrior one. Nice steady breath here. Straighten those legs as you come into your triangle. And then use your inhale to reverse. Soften the front knee, extended side angle. And then twist to the front. Hands come to frame your front foot. Step back to plank. And this time if you'd like to move through your vinyasa. Back to your down dog. We'll do a bit more stretching. So let's inhale. Let's lift our right leg up, nice, straight and strong. Open up your hip a little bit. So you can bend that right knee, take some circles, and then if you'd like to flip your dog, come into Wild Thing or Rock Star. Just be here for a second. It's such a good heart opener. And it's a bit of a back bend as well. We'll flip back to the front, keeping yourself in a three-legged dog. We'll take this right knee and you'll bring it towards your right wrist, and then we'll come into a nice pigeon pose. So take a minute to find how you'd like to do pigeon today. So if you have a pillow, you can use it, but otherwise you want to try to get this right hip as close to the floor as possible. Inhale, we'll sit up nice and tall, and then we'll walk those hands out. If you'd like, maybe resting on those forearms or extending your arms in front of you. Start to slow down your heart rate, tune back into your breath, maybe reminding yourself of why you came to yoga today and what you're hoping to achieve in this practice. Seeing if you can really just surrender into the mat in this pigeon. So letting your head hang. And it is kind of counterintuitive, the idea that you can sort of like relax and you go further. We think that we need to tense up and really like clench everything. But if you just let go and you relax a little bit, you can actually kind of go further in these poses. We'll take our next breath and walk our hands back up, sitting up nice and tall. And then you'll bring your hands to the side here, and we'll shift back into a three-legged dog, circling that hip again if you need it, and lowering it. And then lift our left leg up in a three-legged dog. And this time let's open up that hip. And if you'd like to, you can flip your dog, coming into a nice Wild Thing. Open heart, open chest, really stretching, extending. And we'll flip it back. Woo! Staying in a nice three-legged dog. Hugging your left knee in, and then bring it close to your left wrist, and then meeting me in pigeon. Just be careful of your knees in this position. If it bothers you at all, you can do pigeon from your back. Trying to get your hips nice and flat to the mat. Inhale, let's sit up nice and tall and walk those fingers out. Finding whatever restful way you can be in pigeon. And try your best to loosen up, especially your shoulders, your jaw muscle. See if you can unhinge it. See if you can relax your eyebrows and the space between them, your forehead. And then surrender your lower body to the mat. See if you can get a little bit further here. And we'll walk ourselves back up. We'll press our hands into the mat, tuck our back toe under, and push back into the three-legged dog. Circling that hip or doing whatever you need to kind of come out of that pigeon. Let that leg drop. And then one final down dog here. Letting your hips and your tailbone really press back as far as you can. And looking towards your thighs and your feet. And then we'll lower our knees and we'll drop into a child's pose. So your knees can be mat width apart here. And your arms could be stretching out in front of you, or they could be behind you. Whatever is more soothing to you in this moment. And we'll just slowly roll ourselves up so we're in hero's pose. And then you're going to take yourselves back to your booty. Take the soles of your feet together, your knees nice and wide. Sitting up into a little butterfly, so flapping your wings a little bit. Becoming aware of your breath again, listening for how it sounds. And then we're just going to keep our butterfly legs and we're going to lower ourselves to come to our back. Making sure you have room behind you. So flatten your back on the mat. You can make your butterfly a little less severe if you'd like, however much or little your hips are wanting from this. And you're going to put one hand on your heart, one on your belly. And I just want you to focus in here, again, on your intention, on your purpose for being here. With your hands, placed in your heart and your belly, really feeling the breath moving through you. Letting it relax you. And you can stay here for your final resting pose, or you can extend your legs into a more traditional Shavasana. So whichever you choose, you're just going to let yourself release into the mat. Let your body become very heavy. And flicker those eyes closed. Put aside any thoughts you might have, any sort of urge to criticize yourself or think about what you just did or what you're going to do later. Just be here in this moment. And then do a little bit of a body scan. So from your feet, up through your knees, your back, your abs, your chest. Let everything relax and sink into the mat. Relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your fingers, your thumbs, your toes. Relaxing your neck, relaxing your throat, your tongue, your mouth, your teeth. Relax your entire face. And just release. Start to bring a little bit of awareness to your extremities. So a little bit of wiggling of your fingers, your toes. Very easy fluid movements. hug our knees into our chest. Nice squeeze. Massaging your lower back, maybe rocking a little bit from left to right, or forward and back. And then gently you're going to come up to seated. However you'd like to use your hands or your rocking. And then you come to the comfortable seated position of your choice. It could be cross-legged. You can keep those eyes closed. We'll rest our hands on our legs. Sit up nice and tall. And we'll do 2 big breaths together to close out our practice. So big breath in through your nose. Let it go. Exhale. One more time. Big breath in. Slowly releasing it out. Take your hands, bring them together at your heart center. Recognizing and honoring yourself for taking the time out to practice your yoga today. And bow your heads. The light in me honors and bows the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing. Take your time getting up and moving about the rest of your evening. I hope you found that enjoyable, and thank you so much again. I'll be back on Wednesday. Have a glorious evening.